I should have known this movie would be terrible. Hey everyone, welcome to another review. Here's my review for the movie Alice Through the Looking Glass. Yes, this movie stars Johnny Depp, Wasikowska, Sacha, Cohen, Helena, Bonham, and Anne Hathaway. This is a sequel to the live-action Disney Alice in Wonderland movie that was directed by Tim Burton. Now we have a sequel called Alice Through the Looking Glass. And yes, if you remember, like a month ago, I did a trailer reaction and review for this movie, and I thought it looked pretty good. Like the trailers made it seem like it was going to be more trippy and stuff, more weird, and more of an Alice in Wonderland kind of feel. And yeah, I had some hopes for this movie because it's not directed by Tim Burton, so I'm like, well, maybe this movie will be good. As it turns out, this movie wasn't very good. I really didn't like this movie, and I can't believe I actually went to go see this and pay money to see it. I really didn't like it. Is it better than the Tim Burton one? No. Is it worse? No, it's about the same. I really didn't like the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland movie. It didn't feel like Alice in Wonderland movie. It was just a Tim Burton movie trying to be an Alice in Wonderland movie. I hated the entire cast. I didn't like the designs, the premise. The effects didn't even look that great. And this movie is pretty much the same. The effects are very cartoony, and that could be the movie's strong suit because it's based off an animated Disney movie, so it could look more cartoony, but the whole time I was watching this movie, I knew I was watching special effects. I knew that was a green screen. I knew everything that I was looking at wasn't real. So it took me like way out of the movie, and I just didn't really like it. I hated the designs. I hated the CG in this movie. I hated the whole look of this movie. I don't think it was a well-directed or well-written movie, and the performances aren't very good. Johnny Depp returns as the Mad Hatter, and once again, he's not the Mad Hatter. It's not the Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter isn't just a silly clown. He's kind of insane. Yes, he's silly, but he's insane. He's crazy. Johnny Depp just plays this really goofy character with all these weird and strange accents, and he looks stupid. He looks awful in this movie, and he's terrible as the Mad Hatter. He's terrible in the first one, and he's even worse in this one. He's awful in this movie. And Wasikowska is not good as Alice. Like, you're playing Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Try to be a little more excited. Wasikowska is so wooden and bland in this movie. She was wooden in the first one, and she's even more wooden in this movie, and she wasn't very good in this movie. Neither was Sacha Baron Cohen or even Anne Hathaway. Helena Bonham Carter is probably the only thing that I actually did enjoy this movie. She was pretty good. She was pretty good in the first one as well, because she just is silly, over-the-top villain, and she just looks like she's having fun. And she was fine in this movie. I enjoyed her in this movie, but the movie itself, I didn't really enjoy. I didn't enjoy the first one, and I really didn't enjoy this one. I thought this movie would be a change, try to play an homage to the original Alice in Wonderland, because I love the Disney version, the animated Disney version of Alice in Wonderland, because it feels like you're in this weird nightmare that you can't escape from. And I thought that these movies could do a really cool and kind of creepy live-action version of it. And they failed. Once again, they failed. And this movie kind of made me nauseated at times because some of its editing and transitions were all so shaky and stuff. And when they go to these dimensions, it's all like in your face and just, it gives you a headache sometimes. I felt like I was going to have a seizure or throw up in the theater. It was kind of nauseating watching this movie at times, and it wasn't at all fun. And it's Alice in Wonderland. You should be having fun when you're in Wonderland, and I wasn't having fun at all. This movie was just terrible. If you hated the first one, you're gonna hate this one. But if you like the Tim Burton version, you'll probably like this one as well, because it's just as good or just as bad, whatever your opinion is on those movies. But I didn't like this movie. It just didn't feel like Alice in Wonderland to me. So yeah, I recommend you all skip this movie. Go see X-Men Apocalypse. It's a much better movie. But choice is yours. If you like that Tim Burton version, go see this. You'll probably like it. But I certainly didn't, and that's why on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give Alice Through the Looking Glass a 3.5 out of 10. So yeah, wasn't a fan. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Alice Through the Looking Glass. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite thing based off of Alice in Wonderland? Favorite movie, book, or video game, anything that's Alice in Wonderland, what is your favorite? My favorite is the original book. I read it, it's great. But I also love the animated Disney version. But what is your favorite? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.